So today I'm looking at the Sony A6300 and I'm going to be shooting some classic cars. Doesn't look very classic to me, especially not that one. A bit disappointed really. Paid crap loads of money for this ticket. I was over there. By the way, those are some sunglasses I stole off a blind man. So a little bit about my experience with the A6300. The weird thing is that I've had the chance to try it at the photo show just for like an hour or so. Isn't this? Oh. There was also another day where I got the chance to try it for about 40 minutes. Damn it, I'm never going to find Gandalf now. I am actually convinced that wizards exist. And then today, which is a few minutes more, but still, hopefully that's enough for me to form some kind of solid opinion about this camera. As you probably already know, as the camera has been out for quite some time, this is the successor to the A6000. And in terms of how it looks pretty similar to the A6000. So yeah, about 400 grams, mirrorless camera, part metal, part plastic, lightweight, but it's packed full of features. What's so special about it? Well, it's got 24 megapixels. It's kind of lightweight. Apparently it's tougher than the A6000, which it replaces. This has got weather sealing. The shutter sound on A6300 is already quite reasonable. Not really noisy. This is what it looks like and sounds like on a normal exposure. And in silent mode? Don't even know why we bothered filming that. It's so quiet that you can actually hear music being emitted from its circuitry. This can be used not just for stealth, but for some other more nefarious activities. You know, if you want to get a sneaky shot off, this is the camera. It is a proper silent shooting. It's not like the ones on the DSLRs, which are just a kind of dampened shutter sound. This is completely silent, which is great for pervs. Alright, there must be some dirty, filthy stuff around here. Let's ask this redhead, she'll know. Hello. Do you know if there's any kind of dodgy stuff around here?
Any ones are?
You know, the Japanese pervy stuff.
Oh, right, yeah. There is a stand way back in that corner, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, the van!
On that side of the room.
I'm just going there for a look. I'm not,
Okay, yeah, whatever you say.
And of course you don't have to worry about the flash giving you away. Not you flashing people. The flash doesn't work in silent shooting mode. Mostly it's quite easy to use, but there are some slight annoyances. Something seems lost in translation, such as when using face registration. You can register some faces. He thinks I'm going to take photos of him, but I'm just going to register his face. Oh shit. Better get this sorted before the Hulk gets a bit angry. His pants might actually rip for a change. Face registration, here we are. Great. Oh yes, that's great. Cannot register his face. Shoot with fitting into the face frame. How about spell with words fitting into the sentence properly? Yeah, alright. Maybe I'm being a bit picky about that. There are times when it doesn't even tell you what is going on though, bad grammar or not. And that is probably one of the most annoying things about this camera and Sony's in general is the menu system. It's ridiculous, and the interface. Because when you're on that silent shooting mode, you can't use bold mode either. Does it tell you what to do? No, it doesn't. Just work it out. I mean, cameras should at least have the decency to tell you when a pretty standard feature is not available in a particular mode. Now, I'll tell you what, that is a subtle car. And to make it even more subtle, they've wrapped it in some matte black. Perhaps he thinks that this is the window to Narnia or something. Either that or he likes sniffing well-used leather bucket seats. The image quality from the 24 megapixel sensor is pretty impressive. I mean, take a look at this. Can I take a picture?
Of course you can, man, no problem.
Okay. That's an amazing smile. Yes, you see, that image looks alright. But I didn't buy a 24 megapixel camera to use to complete frame. Let's crop it. You call that a crop? Crop it some more. Crop more, fool! Now we're talking. You can quite literally count the amount of facial follicles. Alright, calm down with the crops. Now you're just taking the piss.
That is the falafel.
Falafel.
Vegetarian falafel.
Oh, vegetarian? So yeah, this is the vegetarian version of a dish that doesn't use meat. Tastes good, but that image quality is delish.
I have to say that kind of tastes alright considering there's no dead animals inside.
And if you don't want a close-up of men's faces, here's something else for you.
Oh, hello. Fantastic. Damn, this 85 on the crop. I mean, I have to go really far back.
You're welcome.
I mean, it's like on a crop, 85 times 1.5. Is that really difficult to move in that suit? It is. I'd say I can have a try, but I think that's not possible. Only on a Saturday.
The A6300 really does produce some gorgeous, clean and crisp images at low ISOs. It does get a little noisy at ISO 6400, but there's plenty of softening of the details due to the noise reduction. Yeah, I don't know how he's supposed to be either. The interesting thing now is apparently this has got 4D focus. Not only do Sony create the 3D world, they make shit up.
4D focus. So what does that mean? It means that it can kind of predict like movements and shit. Sorry, Craig, I keep saying shit. So you got somebody coming along like that. But yes, it supposedly predicts randomness.
Well, I've had the chance to test out autofocusing on the street and also with some extreme dancing. Just to test that the Sony can predict the movement of potentially random moving subjects, we had to make things even more random.
What? That's massive.
Thank you.
What a massive wang. We're going to try out the 4D-ness. All right, it's tracking you now, so just do your stuff.
But for what it's worth, the autofocus is pretty damn good. Well, I have to say, this isn't exactly the most testing of subjects for autofocus. We've literally got 425 autofocusing points. Phase detection, yes please. Now the question is, whether are they all cross-type? Probably not. It's worth bearing in mind that it still isn't really quick in low light. I mean, it's decent, but just don't think with 425 points and 4-dimension focus that you're getting something that can keep up with a high-performance DSLR. So yes, the key point is, it's far from perfect. But what do you expect? It's a mirrorless camera. But just don't get too gooey-eyed about all those 425 autofocus points. Don't think it's going to be DSLR-like performance.
Probably more points than you actually know what to do with them. But I think the key thing is that it covers quite a wide area of the frame, which is nice. All right, now let's test out this. Autofocusing M-mount lenses. Yes, for shooting on the street it focuses well, does it quickly and mostly accurately. Although there were times when I found that with some scenes where the background was brighter than the subject, the camera focused on the wrong thing. But the big feature with the A6300 is of course the video. 4K from a 6K readout. Amazing, amazeballs. But we're going to try it out, but I need your mic, so I'm going to take it. Now I have to say the video quality on this thing is pretty damn amazing. But of course it's flawed. You probably already know it. Rolling shutter. It is hideous. I mean, it's like putting a load of jello on a broken conveyor belt. You won't notice it as much on the wide angle, but with an 85mm, the undesirable is ever so apparent. Now here's a simple head-to-head, despite the fact that none of the cameras have heads. GH4 versus A6300, what is your money on? Let's have a looky close up. Incredible! Would you look at that? People who wear glasses are not allowed beyond this point. Discriminating the short and long-sighted. Oh. Anyway, the Sony wins quite easily. The details from the 6K readout are quite a lot crisper. But what happens when the head-to-head cameras shake their heads? Look at the Sony, but don't look too long as you might get seasick. The rolling shutter's quite a lot worse than the pannies. What a disappointment. Locke and Warren tested out the A6300 video, comparing it to the A7S II, and the 4K footage is sharp on the A6300. But that rolling shutter though, is it a deal killer? Let's ask Locke. Oh, hello.
Hello. Oh, you just answered the phone. Okay.
Yeah. What's up?
A6300.
Yeah.
What do you think? If you need a video camera that shoots 4K, would you buy it?
Maybe not. Well, I think in our video I mentioned that the rolling shutter is really shit. Rolling shutter is so shit that it's a deal breaker, I think.
Really that bad?
It's really that bad. It's really noticeable, even in some really normal kind of footage, unless you always have it on a tripod without panning it.
You know, I think even when not taking video, when I'm looking through the viewfinder and I'm doing this, I don't see it. It's really annoying. I feel seasick. Like, it's meant for video. I mean, it's got this brilliant 4K. In theory, it's got brilliant image quality for video. Yep. Image quality for video, video quality. But it doesn't have a headphone jack. Is that a deal killer as well?
No. It's annoying, but you can live with it. I can live with it. It's just you have to like constantly look at the audio level display on the screen.
Yeah. There are a few flaws here and there, but that doesn't really stop this camera from being a really excellent mirrorless camera. Let's not forget that it's still a mirrorless camera, so the fact that it offers really decent autofocus, crisp 4K video and plenty of other features is already really quite good. You won't be disappointed by the image quality. However, you might be disappointed that they didn't go that extra distance to make sure that 4K video isn't just good, but fantastic.
So there we have it, it's the Sony A6300. It's nice, it really is nice. I mean, focus fantastic. It's gone that one step further than the A6000, A6000. I mean, the focus points, fantastic. Focus speed, fantastic. Video, amazing. It's just a real shame that rolling shutter. It's really, really a pain in the bum, like a giant hemorrhoid on fire. Oh, that's enough. See ya.
Look at that guy, he's well kitted out.
Tight, you want us tighter? He's gonna get covered in glitter. Tight. Favourite word of the day, tight.
Oh my god, that feels strangely tantalising when she says that.
We tight enough for you? Hi! Is someone famous around here?
Can we do
you?
a picture
Not me, no.